Well, no. She's in apartment 193. You don't know which floor or which building apartment 193 is at.
I assume if we do a walk around a little bit, we'll get a sense of how the numbers are laid out.
Or the blueprints.
Or the blueprints.
No, the problem is that the floor plan that you got isn't the floor plan of these exact buildings, but a reasonably close approximation that you assume were copied from.
Does Google Maps give us directions to a specific apartment?
No.
Okay.
So we would need to do a further search?
No.
I mean, Sayla's the best speaker of the group, and you could probably pose as someone willing to move into the apartment complex.
And if you're willing
Assuming
to...
this is one like that. If
you're willing to disable the cameras, I can try sneaking in too.
I should be able to.
Okay.
Pretend to, sneak in. Well, not sneak in. Make my way in.
Right.
Under the premise of wanting to rent an apartment.
So Celia, you would like to try and rent an apartment off these people?
More or less, yes.
Well then, so how are you going to do it? How are you going to approach this?
Presumably they'd have a public host.
Yes, they do have a public host.
And I'm guessing they'd have stuff for signing in, essentially renting an apartment there.
Yes, they have an automated form fill-in. Yeah, they require the first and last month's rent as a deposit. It comes to 10,000 yen. It's quite a high sort of lifestyle, you realize.
So does our Matrix person want to break into that, put our name in without having to pay for anything, so Silent can get in?
Like, do any of you have common sense?
Yes, I have common sense.
Would you like to spend a point of it?
Yes.
What is your actual objective here? What are you doing at these apartments?
We're trying to look at the doctor's apartment, I believe.
Well, yes, but why?
Well, I assume that we were trying to see if it might have been possible at all to break into her apartment at all, or find files that she might not have, like, for example, the research results. That since they weren't on the host in the company, stuff like that.
How do you know they weren't out on the host?
Right. Exactly.
We didn't look for the research results. We looked for the paper.
Yep. I was going to suggest that, but I didn't know if you're hacking into a host, can you broadcast what you're doing to the other people through DNI at the same time?
Oh, definitely you can.
Ah, fucking hell.
God fucking damn it.
I assumed that you could. Alright, I should have said something then. Great. Hey, you want to go hack back into that and find the research results?
It could not hurt. That was very dumb of us.
Alright, if you would like to mark the host again.
I think I very much would like to.
Hey. Oh.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Well, good to know. You have to mark on the host.
Going back in the host.
Cool. So you know, re-enter
Back
the
to
host.
Dr. Bronco persona.
Could you just defend against matrix perception, please? That's logic plus sleaze.
Edging that.
Oh my god.
Christ fucking alive.
All right, cool.
I'm down to 2 edge left for today.
Yeah, cool. So, what would you like to do? Would you like to search for the attached to the results?
Yes.
Cool. Let's see some matrix search numbers.
I believe. Huh?
Well, I did that wrong.
Wow.
There we go.
Hey.
Well, it doesn't take you that long. It takes you about 15, no, yeah. Takes you about 30 seconds. But you find some large spreadsheet documents with various names, treatment patterns, and so on as you're looking over them. You can take a copy pretty easily, looking over for protection or data bombs. There's nothing particularly interesting here.
Okay, guys, it isn't that interesting, but damn,
copy
should I
it.
be looking for anything else?
Should probably copy it anyways.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You said there were no data bombs.
No, there were no data bombs. When I said not interesting,
Alright,
I mean there was no interesting security defenses on these files.
Okay, I'm gonna check it for data bombs.
Nothing.
I'm gonna copy the results then.
You copy the results. Brilliant. You now have some large spreadsheet-like results. You don't know exactly what they say because they're in relatively raw form, but you have them.
Okay. What else would be good to grab while?
Is there any way to like look up at least like Control F through the spreadsheet or through like the host to see if any of the names were mentioned, like the Lucy Banks and stuff like that?
No, it's a double-blind trial. They're just participant 1, participant 2, participant 3. However, you do notice while looking through the spreadsheets, there is labeled as offspring 1 and offspring 2 and offspring 3 as well. This is quite a large spreadsheet. There's significant numbers of participants and actually quite a few people labeled as offspring.
Through quick glance, can you see like if offspring is like, is it as simple as saying like success or not success?
Well, if you take some time to really look through this data, then you find that there are some attached notes relating to the genetic markers for what looks like Down syndrome. The genetic markers for Down syndrome in the offspring are still present and labeled success. The genetic markers for Down syndrome in the patients are negative and marked success.
Great. All right. So I think we can just keep this evidence and then just wait for her to publish, and we'll send we can send this to the editors and have her retract it. Is there any way you could get proof that this is not just some random made up results?
Well, you could have somebody, try and figure out what's going on with these results. But if you're just going to wait some time, then somebody's still yet to call you back, Garo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And who might that be?
Well, it's your doctor who you sent the first paper off to. I mean, the second paper off to.
I didn't ask for the translation job.
Oh, didn't you? Oh, well.
I have a street dog we could send this to.
Alright. What's the connection of your street dog?
Connection 4.
Well, your street doc is quite a lot more interested in this paper, as they have a couple of friends in this sort of area of genetic treatments, and they make short work of it. So this paper is a follow-up to a previous paper, showing that the rate of successful treatment for Down syndrome has increased to 97%. And it's shown that the standard typical genetic markers for Down syndrome were detected before, but not after the treatment. Interestingly enough, there's no mention of any offspring.
Did you send the spreadsheet to him? Ask him what he made of that?
I would have sent that as well, yes.
Your contact says, So quick question, what's the loyalty of your contact?
Loyalty 4.
Yeah. So this person's like, this is fairly disturbing looking. Do you know what?
Why is?
Well, they're omitting results. Sure, the treatment cures the parent, but not the child. In fact, every single child has Down syndrome. Down syndrome doesn't pass down genetics that frequently. Look, I don't know where you got this data, and I don't want to know, and I don't want to know what you're doing with it. But look, so whose street doc did you get for the second one?
I give it to mine, but not for
Sorry,
any translation.
who's mine?
Oh, Garo's. And I didn't.
Yeah,
I just sent it to him as a bit of a bonus.
Who's getting
Sailor.
Sailor?
Yes, Celia.
Sailor, your street dog's like, right. If you can show me the sick fuck who arranged this dead, well, we'll be even, okay? So here it is. You have somebody putting together treatments for Down syndrome. Except, I don't think they're actually treating Down syndrome. I think they're just, causing the markers to return negative on tests. And I think it's even worse. I think it's deliberately getting the kids to be Down syndrome.
That is very disturbing.
Yeah. Alright? So, if you're really my friend, you're going to show me this person dead, right? You're going to find out who it is, and you're going to kill them.
I should be able to arrange that, though it's not exactly what we were hired to do. But I should be able to do that.
Yeah, well, good to know. Don't bring any more of this to me. This is filthy and disgusting.
I won't.
So are you going to tell us that?
Yeah, well, absolutely.
By the way, trolling died.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah.